Hello, fellow snappers. So Tarantula is Marvel Snap's newest card. It's a 2/2. End of turn. If you have the highest power among cards in play, give this and 2 cards in your hand plus 1 power. So we all know how I feel about end of turn cards, but this one is actually pretty good, and it honestly caught me off guard. I went in with some pretty low expectations, but this little menace ended up doing some real work across many games. So the whole idea behind the deck, I wanted to lean into Tarantula's end of turn trigger while still letting him spit out those buffs every single turn. So I didn't want to add the, everyone thinks add Invisible Woman first steps, but I did not want to play that card. So I figured we would try another method, and that meant putting in some more, let's just call them adventurous cards, hoping that the payoff would outweigh the chaos, and for the most part, it absolutely did. So the adventurous cards in question are Martyr, who's a 1/5. At the end of the game, move to a location that loses you the game. And then also Hydra Bob, who's a 1/4. At the end of turn, this card moves if a player snaps. So these 2 cards can absolutely turn around and ruin your day. So in order to try to keep that from happening, I put in Techno-Organic Virus, a card I was sick of seeing last season, but it's actually not too bad. It's a 2-cost skill. So what it does is on reveal, infect your other cards here. Basically, you're replacing their text and copy this to your hand. So this is in here basically to keep these 2 cards in check, which it does for the most part. Black Cat is cheap, reliable power at a 1/4. It's an end of turn, so it will receive the Fantasticar buff if you can get it off. Makkari is a 3/3, who is another end of turn. It runs from your hand to a random location, and it will also get the Fantasticar buff. Viv Vision is a 3/4. At the end of each turn, give all the cards in your hand plus 1 power if you're winning the lane. Otherwise, move this to another location. So with some of the power that you get out early in the game, usually Viv Vision will go off a few times. So between Viv Vision and Tarantula buffing cards, hopefully they will hit Jubilee Silver Surfer, who's a 4/3. When you draw a card, you're going to add this card's power to it, so she can start really buffing up some of your later turn cards. And then, like I said, we have Fantasticar as a 4/5. You activate it, give your end of turn cards plus 2 power. Nice little boost at the end there. And then we have Vision, Wilson Fisk, and Galactus first steps in here. Just basically to bring the big numbers that really can close out a lane. So Galactus first steps is a 6/12. He gets a Herald early in the game. If that Herald continues to win the lane, he'll get plus 2 power every turn at the end of turn. So he also will benefit from the Fantasticar buff since he's end of turn. Wilson Fisk is a 5/9. If you have the highest card in play, highest power card, he only costs 3. This is really good to get out early and keep that power buff going. And then Vision's a 5/9. You can move him around every turn. Again, just good clean power. So when I was testing this deck, I went 10-4 with it. That was about a 71% win rate, and I pulled in about 18 cubes. So for a build that's centered around Tarantula and a handful of volatile cards, that's honestly pretty solid. So let me know what you think about the deck, if you would put in any substitutions. I know this is not the most efficient deck, but mine rarely are. But it is a lot of fun though. So if you play this, you'll enjoy it. Let me know, like I said, how you like it if you play it. As always, I do appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe, and as always, happy snapping.
Victory!
the throne.
Victory.